Welcome to JCE eConnect, the online series of learning. In our previous lectures, we have completed the compound interest factors. Okay, also we have completed the single payment series, uniform payment series, and the related cases. Okay, we had 6 cases there. In today's lecture, we'll be covering one more very important topic, that is nominal rate of interest and effective rate of interest. Okay, so what exactly is this nominal rate of interest? Usually we know the interest or discount rate in all the engineering economic formula is the discount rate per time period. Okay, so typically interest or discount rates are quoted on the annual basis, we know. Thus, these interests are termed as what? Nominal interest or the discount interest. Nominal rates also specify compounding that occurs during the year. That means interest rates are normally calculated on annual basis. So, nominal interest also specify the compounding that occurs during the year. However, the interest may be compounded like what? Several times in an year, like on quarterly basis, half yearly basis, monthly basis, etc. And a discount rate that is 12% compounded monthly is example of nominal interest rate. Okay, so thus the actual interest or effective interest rate on annual basis is always greater than the nominal interest rate because of the compounding that occurs during an year. So that is, the nominal and effective rates are equal only when compounding period is a year. Okay, and nominal interest rate is periodic interest rate times the number of periods per year. That is how we divide. Okay, thus nominal interest rate does not affect the compounding during an year into account. Okay, so this is what is all about the nominal rate of interest. Now we'll see what is the effective interest rate. When we solve the numericals, both the concepts will be still more clearer. Okay, so this effective rate of interest consider the effect of compounding during an year into account. Okay, thus it is the ratio of the interest charge of year to the principal. The term eliminates the confusion over the actual interest that is earned. So if we consider R to be nominal interest rate compounded annually, but in the practice the compounding may occur less than an year. For example, compounding may be monthly, quarterly, or semi-annually. So compounding monthly means the interest is computed at end of every month. Okay, so this is important. It is calculated at end of every month, and there are 12 interest periods in a year if interest is compounded monthly. So in such a situation, the formula to compute the effective interest rate which is compounded annually is, so effective interest rate is 1 plus r by n raised to n minus 1. So here this formula can be used only if we consider the effective interest rate can be obtained without referring to the principal amount. Okay, so here r will be the nominal interest rate, n will be the number of compounding years. Okay, now we'll see the various examples or the in detailed concept of these nominal and effective rate of interest. Thus we know nominal interest rate are normally calculated on the annual basis. Okay, however the interest may be compounded several times in an year. So example, if 1 year is divided into 4 quarters and each quarter is charged with an interest of 2%, then the interest is stated as 8% compounded quarterly. Okay, so because it is 4 times, okay, 4 quarters means 4 times in an year at 2% means it will be 8% that is compounded annually. Thus stated at this type or this fashion, interest rate is known as nominal rate of interest. Thus, the future worth at end of 1 year. Okay, so this is one of the best example for you to understand it properly. So, if you consider the future worth at end of 1 year for rupees 1000, earning the interest at 8% compounded quarterly. Here we know the formula, that is future worth is equals to present 1 plus I raised to n. Will be using the same one. Okay, as it is 8% compounded quarterly. Okay, so this is very important, 8% compounded quarterly. Here we consider what? Per quarter, if you consider, it will become 2%, right? So it is 1000, 1 plus that is 2 by 100.2 raised to 4. Why 4? Because it is, we have 4 quarters in an year. Thus this will be what? Your amount that you are obtaining. And now understand this case, if interest rate is 8% compounded annually, in here at the top it was how much? Quarterly, but here it is annually. Then the future worth becomes, future worth is 1001 plus we consider the rate of interest as it is, that is 8%. And why we considered 1? Because it is annually. Okay, here it was what? It was quarterly, here it is annually. So I am getting the amount as what? 1080 rupees. Okay, thus comparing 1 and 2, it is evident that nominal interest gives us always the higher returns. Okay, but usually in our day-to-day life we always consider the effective interest rates. Okay, so here the effective interest, thus it is the ratio of interest charged for 1 year to the principal. Okay, so the term actually eliminates the confusion over the interest earned. For 1 year, loan of rupees 1000 at nominal interest rate of 8%. Understand the case properly. For 1 year loan of 1000, nominal interest rate of 8% compounded quarterly, we have effective annual interest rate, okay, as the effective interest rate is what? Future worth. Okay, it is the same formula. I have written this in a different way. Okay, even you can use that formula also. It is future worth minus present by present into 100, or else you can directly consider the following example. You can solve using this formula also. Okay, so here we are getting 8.243%. If compounded biannually at 8%, then the rate becomes as what? Now this was at what? 4 quarters, right? So if you consider biannually, then how much will be the value? So you are able to see biannually, if you consider here 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. Okay, this is thus if compounded biannually at 8%, now we know we will be obtaining 8.16%. You can solve and check this. Thus the effective interest rate can be obtained even without referring to the principal amount as given in the equation 3. Okay, so this was our equation 3, that is the effective interest rate is 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. Okay, so this is the formula into 100 because it is always the percentage, don't get confused. Okay, so I have specified there. So this effective interest rate, if we consider in terms of nominal interest rate, it will become r by n raised to n minus 1. So interest is here, nominal rate of interest is directly interest. Okay, if it is effective rate of interest, if it is nominal rate of interest, it will become r by n. So considering the above example, the effective rate of interest for nominal interest rate of 8% compounded quarterly, it becomes as what? 1 plus 0.08 by 4 raised to 4 minus 1 into 100. So this is what we are obtaining. So this means the nominal interest rate at 8% is equivalent to this amount on annual basis. So this was just an example. Now we'll see the numerical example relating to these cases. Okay, so you know, so here the financing company charges interest at rate of 18% compounded monthly. Okay, so how to understand the numericals in it will be easy for you to understand the numericals if you read the statement properly. Per month is what they have given. So what is effective interest rate? Now we know the effective interest rate, we have the formula as what? If nominal interest rate is given, r by n raised to n minus 1. Okay, so that will be 1 plus 18% compounded monthly. Compounded monthly means what? We have 12 months in an year, so we are considering what? 1 plus 0.18, that is 18 by 100 divided by 12 minus 1. Okay, so this is what you will be getting. So into 100, again I am specifying, it is only mentioned because it should be in form of a percentage. Okay, so if a person, now next one we'll see, if a person has to earn rupees 25,000 today, how much he has to invest 1 year ago? When the investment earned at interest at nominal rate of interest of 12% compounded monthly. Okay, now here also it is given as what? 12% compounded monthly. So we have a formula, F is equals to, that is future worth is equals to present 1 plus I raised to n, and even in this problem it is given what? 12% compounded monthly. So if you consider the interest, it will become as what? It will become 1%. Why? Because here you are considering monthly 12%, then per month it will be only 1%, right? So it is considered as 1 by 100, that is 0.01 raised to 12. Okay, so this is what is the amount we will be obtaining. So next one we'll see, find the compound amount of rupees 5,000 at 6% for 4 years, 8 years and 12 years and compare the results. Okay, does the doubling of time double the amount of interest earned? So how will you conclude this? Okay, so here you have future worth is equals to present 1 plus I raised to n. So at 4 years, so the first one they have asked us in the numerical problem to calculate it for 4 years, 8 years and 12 years. So at 4 years it will be 5,000 1 plus 6 raised to 4, okay, that you will be getting this much, and 8 years and 12 years. So what was the second question? Does doubling the time double the amount of interest earned? So how will you decide this? Interest period for 4 years is how much? It is 6,312 minus 5,000. So why we are considering minus 5? Because the compound amount was 5,000 at 3 years was what was the it was asked in the question. So it will be rupees 1312.40. Thus doubling means 8 years. So for 8 years it will be 7,960 minus 5,000. It will be 2,969.25. Okay, thus we have to conclude saying that comparing the above two statements, above two amounts, doubling of time doubles the interest earned. Okay, so this is one more very important numerical which is always asked in your annual exam, that is, this type is there always. Okay, that is, determine the effective interest rate of a nominal for a nominal annual rate of 8%, that is compounded. 4 cases will be given: daily, monthly, quarterly and semi-annually. So we know the data it is given, only the interest rate is given, and it is mentioned daily, monthly, quarterly and annually. So we have the effective interest rate formula, that is 1 plus r by n raised to n minus 1. Okay, so how we have to understand this one? See here, for first case if we consider daily, n is 365 days. Why? Because we are considering it on a daily basis, assuming it is not a leap year. Okay, so effective interest rate is what? 1 plus 8% is given. So 0.08 by 365 raised to 365, it is 8.32%. Now if we consider on a monthly basis, Okay, on a monthly basis, what happens? We have a formula here. Monthly means we have n is 12. So effective rate of interest is 1 plus 0.08 by 12 raised to 12 minus 1. So it is 8.29%. Quarterly means what? 1 year has 12 months, right? So quarter means what? We can consider 4 months, right? So here, quarter means what? It is divided 4 times by 3 months. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, that will be 12 months. So here I am considering the effective interest rate as 1 plus 0.08 by 4 raised to 4. So I will be getting 8.24%. Now semi-annually means what? Year is divided 2 times. So n will be equal to 2. And in this case you will be getting 8.16%. Okay, so we have seen all the different, we have seen the concept and all the different possibility of the numerical. Okay, so just if you understand the concept in detail, okay, whatever is the type of numerical asked, you will be able to solve it. Okay, so here this last problem and this problem is very important. Okay, this kind with different form of a question will be asked. Okay, so here we'll end this lecture. In our next lecture we'll be starting with modes of comparison, okay, to select the best alternative to solve the to understand which is good. Okay, so thank you.